Conference will now be recorded.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order of the MPO Policy Board for this January 9th, 2025. And the first item is a roll call to see who is present. Mayor Easter.
Present.
Dave Byers.
Here.
Larry Leverance.
Here.
Cindy Murray.
Here.
Julie Ginn.
Present.
Deb Calder. Deb Calder. All right, let's double check here. On my list, I don't show that we have a representative from the Area Plan Commission. Is that correct? Gary Schroeder or Jerry Reynolds are not on the line. Okay, and we have Nancy Nargi nor Perry Brown is here. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. I just wanted to confirm who was present. That's still enough for a quorum. Thank you.
Steve Snyder's here from City of Lafayette.
Okay, thanks, Steve. I'll have to check. We probably need to check. Perry's still designated as the proxy, and Nancy, obviously, the switch is the president now. So we'll need to double check on that. Thank you. All right, everyone. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the previous meeting. Those have been communicated to you, and hope you've had a chance to look at those. I entertain a motion for approval.
So moved, Larry.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed? Minutes are approved. Thank you. The next item on the agenda is Resolution T2501, a resolution to amend the 2024 through 2024 transportation tip. And Doug, it looks like you're going to be handling that.
Well, thank you, Mayor. We have a request from Tippecanoe County to amend the tip. If you remember last year, early on, the Indiana Department of Transportation offered $50 million in safety funds for local governments to implement small, quick safety projects. They had a process where there was projects submitted. NDOT went through and chose projects, and the Tippecanoe County has received funds to install raised pavement markings on North River Road from the West Lafayette city limits to I-65. The amount of federal funds that will be involved is just under $190,000, and the anticipated year is 2026. Since these are federal funds, the project must be shown in the TIP and as well as in the STIP. The Technical Transportation Committee did review this request at their meeting last month and recommended approval, and APC staff is recommending approval of this through adoption of the resolution T25-01. Are there any questions or comments?
All right. Thank you, Doug. Sounds like a good project. Hearing no questions or comments, I'll conduct a roll call vote. Aaron Easter.
Aye.
David Byers.
Aye.
Steve, I'll go ahead and call your name. I'm not sure how this works since Perry was technically put in as the proxy, but I'll go ahead and call your name today and go ahead and vote, and we'll see how that shakes out. So Steve Snyder,
Aye.
Larry Leverance,
Aye.
Cindy Murray,
Aye.
Julie Ginn,
Aye.
Deb Calder. Deb is here. All right. Thank you, everyone. The next item on the agenda is administrative modifications to the 2024-2028 TIP. And there are 3 of those, and Doug will be just explaining those to bring them to our attention. Doug?
Thank you again, Mayor. When we process minor modifications to the tip that do not rise to the occasion for a full amendment, and usually the following policy board meeting, we let members know that we have did these modifications, and we have 3 to present. The first 2 are in regards to a Tippecanoe County project, specifically Bridge 527, and that is on Old US 231, just north of McCutcheon High School. The project, since we had excess federal funds that did not have any home at the time, we flexed or reallocated that money to construction engineering and construction. So both those 2 parts of the project are fully funded at an 80-20% match, which is typical of federal funds and local funds. The third one is again addressing our residual federal funds that we have a balance of, and we reallocated $171,063 to 2 parts or 2 phases of the Sagamore Parkway Trail project. One is construction engineering, and the other is for engineering or preliminary engineering. Any questions or comments?
Okay, I don't hear anything. So thank you, Doug, for the explanation. All right. All right, Doug, looks like you're still up.
Mm-hmm. Well, the first thing I'd like to report is the status of US Bicycle Route 37. I am excited to announce that it is an official route. All of the work that we have been doing over the past 5-6 years have come to fruition, and the organization over uh, that sees this designation, ASHTO, did approve it at their fall meeting, and the Adventure Cycling sent out their press release on December 13th. So I'm excited to announce that US Bicycle Route 37, basically from Indianapolis to Chicago, is official. US 37 does continue if you would like to go further to the north, and actually goes along Chicago's lakeshore line, and it is planned to go even northward all the way to the Upper Peninsula. Within Tippecanoe County, it goes through, of course, Tippecanoe County itself, the towns of Battleground, the city of West Lafayette and Lafayette. So, good news. Hopefully, we'll be able to see some cyclists who use this route for sightseeing, and I'm hoping that sometime in the future we'll be able to post some official signs along the route. But good news, the route is official. Any questions regarding that? Okay, going on to the next project the APC is working on. We are in the process of developing a new transportation improvement program. Of course, this not only shows all projects that are using our federal transportation dollars, but it also allocates where our local gas tax money goes to. And we have been in the process developing this. We did have the call for projects Basically, that came out last October. The projects were submitted early December. We assembled them. The information for those projects are on our APC webpage. And right now, next week, we have a big milestone date that is coming up. And that is where we look at the project requests and actually allocate our federal gas tax funds. Unfortunately, we do not have enough money to afford all of the requests, so we'll be rolling up our sleeves and choosing which projects will be receiving the federal funds. So that will be happening next Tuesday at our Technical Transportation Committee meeting. After that, we will then develop the draft document, post it, and then submit it to NDOT, and then they will submit it to Federal Highway Administration and the Federal Transit Administration for their review. And then we anticipate going through the public adoption process and presenting it at our Citizens Participation Committee meeting, have the public hearing, do all of the announcements, present it to tech, and then finally to this committee for adoption. I would like to mention that we have done something a little different this year with this document. Actually, it's new in that we wanted to do more with our public outreach than what we have done in the past. So back in December, on December 18th, we actually put out a simple or short 3-question survey, and it went out on YouTube, not YouTube, I'm sorry, Nextdoor and Facebook. And basically, the 3 questions asked: one, what is your primary mode of transportation? 2 is, if you were given our tax money, what type of projects would you choose to assign that money to? And we gave several different options. And then the third question was, what type of media or information sources do you get your information? So the first one, we kind of wanted to gauge, see, what do people usually use transportation wise? Of course, no big surprise. It was automobiles. The second question, the top choice was reconstructing, redoing roads that are in poor condition. And then the third question, of course, not surprising, well, maybe for us older people, is that the number one source where people get their information now is from social media. So this is, again, something new that we implemented. We are going to put together a short like report of all of the responses that we received, especially for question 2 and question 3, and post that here fairly short. So again, we wanted to try to get this information out to more people. So any questions or comments regarding the new tip? Okay, going on to the next item is status of our fiscal year 2025 federal funds. Apologize, we do not have a report for this to hand out or to show you. And the reason why is because we actually received it from NDOT central office yesterday. So we did not have it in time or ready in time for this meeting, but it does show the funding obligation for Bridge 527. It did not show the obligated funds for Morehouse Road project, which was let for construction in this past November. And we found out the reason why is that there was a delay in central office in getting the purchase order actually put together and posted and put out. That actually occurred yesterday. So we will see those funds as obligated at our next report. We are still keeping watch on our residual federal funds. We do have some, and we do have a plan to make sure they are all allocated. So that is a quick status of our federal funds for fiscal year 2025. And going on to I should ask, are there any questions or comments? Okay, going on to the last bit of item information I have. This is regarding the 18-month letting list. We do have two projects that are on next week's NDOT's bid letting, and they are state projects. Various locations throughout the district, one being traffic signal visibility improvements and the other raised pavement marking refurbishing. One project that I would like to point out, and that is number 5. If you remember at last month's meeting, we informed the committee that the State Road 225 Trust Rehabilitation Project did not be approved, and it has now been scheduled for a May bid letting. And what we found out is that there are not that many companies that do this type of work. So that's why it's pushed out to the May bid letting rather than a January or February bid letting. Looking further down, there were two other projects. Actually, I'll point out 3, but Project 14, the auxiliary acceleration, deceleration turn lanes on 52. This was pushed out from an August letting to a December letting, and a new project is now listed number 19. And again, refurbished pavement marking project. One other project, the last one I'd like to point out, and this is Project 15. This is the first project for the South 9th Street project, and it is now on a January 14th, 2026 bid letting. Are there any questions or comments regarding this?
All right. Thank you, Doug, for all of those updates. We certainly appreciate that. Deb, do you have any comments from the state at this time?
No, I do not. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. Is there any other business that any of the members would like to bring up today?
Yes, I would like to bring up one thing real quick, just to formalize getting Steven Snyder approved as a proxy so that we won't run into this potential issue again. So the process for this is that someone on the board would nominate him to be an official proxy, and then we would get a second. Any discussion about that would need to happen would happen, and then we would take a vote. And then if he's approved, he could be an official proxy, and he would be on the list for next time.
Okay. Well, probably what we'll do, Steve and I will talk to Perry. Typically, I've let the council work out who the proxy is, and I didn't know if Perry wanted to drop off or not. So Steve has been on there as the council president before this, and he's been very active. So be good if we can work that out. But I feel like we should say something probably to Perry first. Cindy, don't you agree?
Well, Nancy's the president, so it would be Nancy.
Right. Well,
Perry's not.
Nancy's listed here as the president on my sheet that's provided to me by the Area Plan Commission.
Right.
But Perry is listed as the proxy on the sheet that I have that's, again, provided by the Plan Commission. So if we want to formally change that to Steve, so Steve can be the proxy if Nancy is not available, I feel like we should at least talk to Perry first out of professional courtesy.
Yeah.
Make sure that he's, wanting to step down.
Yeah. I think that's fine.
I would also like to note that it is okay to have more than one proxy.
Okay. Well, then if that's the case, we can just do Steve today. Steve, I'm assuming you're okay with doing that?
Yes, very much so.
Okay. We can go ahead and get Steve done today. And then if Perry wants to drop off, he can. And if not, then we can work it out between the two of them then. So I would entertain a motion then to list Steve Snyder as a proxy for the City of Lafayette City Council.
So moved.
Do I have a second? Okay. All right. Well, we have to do roll call votes on everything here, so we'll conduct a roll call vote. Erin Easter.
Aye.
David Byers.
Aye.
Steve, you can vote for yourself.
I love it.
Larry Leverance,
Aye.
Cindy Murray,
Aye.
Julie Ginn,
Aye.
Deb Calder. All right, thank you, everybody. That gets that taken care of. Anything else under other business that needs to be discussed? Okay, hearing none, if we could go to the citizen comment portion.
Okay, I'm timing us for 1 minute.
Thank you.
Okay, it has been 1 minute and there is no public comment on Facebook or YouTube at this time.
Great. Thank you very much. With that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I have a second.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. We will conduct a roll call vote. Aaron Easter,
Aye.
David Byers,
Aye.
Steve Snyder,
Aye.
Larry Leverance,
Aye.
Cindy Murray,
Aye.
Julie Ginn,
Aye.
Deb Calder. Thank you, everyone. We are adjourned. Enjoy the rest of your day.